All right, quick question. If you're a club or bar DJ who's ever thought about doing weddings, you've probably had at least one of these thoughts. Wait, people actually pay this much for weddings? Or I have to play the cha-cha slide on purpose? Or maybe the big one. Do I really have to talk on the microphone? If that sounds like you, this is your video. Because today, I'm going to show you how to transition from being a club or bar DJ to becoming a wedding DJ without feeling like you just switched careers and joined the circus. And the best part, I'm not teaching theory here. I personally actually made this transition myself many years ago, where I had multiple nightclub residencies and spent every single weekend in a nightclub DJ booth. So I'm going to walk you through what surprised me, what I had to learn the hard way, and how you can make the transition a lot faster and a lot easier than I did. Roll the intro. Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about something that a lot of DJs are curious about, going from the club to the wedding world. And let me tell you something, that transition is not as easy as people think it is. But first, if you're new here, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss out on any of the amazing content I put out every week. My channel is here to help new DJs who are just getting into the industry, and even some established DJs who might just need a little help from time to time. So here might be the biggest shock for club and bar DJs. When I first started doing weddings after playing clubs, this was probably the biggest shock for me personally. I thought, I got this. I can mix music up and down BPMs, I can read a crowd, I can hype people up. Easy. And then, about 15 minutes into my first wedding, I realized something. This is a completely different job. Club DJing is about music and energy. Wedding DJ is about music, timing, logistics, announcements, personalities, vendors, and sometimes family drama. You're not just a DJ, you're basically the entertainment director, the timeline manager, the crowd psychologist, and occasionally the guy who has to track down Uncle Bob who's been missing for the family photo. Nobody tells you that part. Now, let's talk about the thing that scares probably a lot of club DJs, the microphone. In the club world, the mic is optional. You might grab it to hype up the crowd. At a wedding, the microphone is part of your job description. You're making announcements, you're introducing the wedding party, you're directing guests, sometimes explaining where the bathroom is. Yes, that's actually happened. The first time I did introductions at a wedding, I remember thinking, this feels like I'm announcing a boxing match. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. And honestly, you kind of are. Except instead of Mike Tyson walking out, it's Grandma Linda and a flower girl throwing petals everywhere. Next, another big adjustment is the music. In a club, you're usually playing one lane, hip-hop or house or open format, whatever your style is. At a wedding, you might go from Frank Sinatra to Notorious B.I.G. to Shania Twain to DMX in about 10 minutes. And somehow it all works because weddings are about multiple generations on one dance floor. You've got grandparents, parents, college friends, coworkers, and that one groomsman who requests the same Drake song 6 times. You have to be musically flexible. You absolutely cannot have an ego as a DJ because the goal is not to understand what do I play. The goal is what makes this room full of people lose their minds on the dance floor. Here's something that surprised me and a skill that actually matters. When I moved from clubs to weddings, beat matching was not the most important skill anymore. The most important skill became reading the room, not the dancers. The entire room. Who's tired? Who's ready to party? When to slow things down, when to build things up, and most importantly, when grandma's had enough of the hip-hop songs. Because when grandma leaves the dance floor, half the guests leave with her. And suddenly the bride is looking at you like, you better fix this now. Now, let's talk about the thing that gets most club DJs curious about weddings in the first place, the money.
Show me the money!
A club DJ might make 200, maybe 400 bucks a night. A wedding DJ, that can be 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 or more for one event. But here's the thing nobody really tells you. You're not getting paid just to DJ. You're getting paid to plan with the couple, coordinate with vendors, manage a timeline, handle announcements, provide the equipment, deliver an experience. You're basically running a small production. Once I personally understood that, the higher price tags made a lot more sense. So the biggest change and mindset shift for me when I moved from clubs to weddings was this. In the club, the DJ is the star. At a wedding, the couple is the star. Your job is to make them look amazing, make the night smooth, make the guests have fun. And if you do your job right, people are going to come up to you at the end of the night and say, this was the best wedding we've ever been to. And honestly, that feeling is pretty dang awesome. So if you're a club DJ thinking about doing weddings, here are 3 things that I would recommend. First, learn how weddings work. Timelines, traditions, announcements, because the music is actually just the easy part. Second, practice using the microphone. It doesn't have to be hype man energy, just be clear, confident, and professional. And third and finally, leave your ego at the door. The best wedding DJs are not the flashiest DJs. They're the ones who understand how to create a great night for everybody in the room. Okay, let's finish this up. So if you're a club DJ thinking about getting into weddings, let me tell you something. Your DJ skills absolutely do translate and transfer over, but you're going to have to learn some new skills too. And once you do, you might realize something that I did. Weddings can be one of the most rewarding DJ gigs out there. Plus, nobody ever spilled a vodka soda on your turntables during the first dance, which is pretty nice. So if you're a DJ who's made the transition from clubs to weddings, drop a comment below and tell me what surprised you the most. And if you're thinking about getting into weddings, let me know your biggest question and I might cover it in a future video. Remember friends, in the club, people dance because they're drinking. At a wedding, people dance because Aunt Carol requested Sweet Caroline. And honestly, that might be the most unstoppable dance floor weapon of all time. As I say at the end of all my videos, a day without dancing is a day wasted. Be a great DJ, be an even better human, and always strive to be the best you can be in business and in life. See you guys in the next one.